What is going on, everybody? UCF Jaguar here, and in case you guys have not noticed, I wear a blazer for every single preview video that I do. Now, this Sunday, the Jacksonville Jaguars look to rebound off of last week's game as they travel to NRG Stadium to face off against the Houston Texans. Now, each team is 0-1 for different reasons. The Houston Texans lost in a nail-biter against the New Orleans Saints, losing by a score of 30-28 in the final seconds of the game as the Saints kicker nailed a game winner. And the Jaguars are 0-1 because they straight up got their ass whooped and their starting quarterback got injured. So in this video, we are going to break down this upcoming matchup. So let's get it. Now, a quick note before I start this video, I will be live streaming this game on Sunday, so definitely come over and enjoy the fun and hopefully enjoy a Jaguars victory. Now, this game is obviously an AFC South showdown. The Jaguars and the Texans don't really like each other. And when you look at the Texans, they've had a lot of roster turnover just throughout the preseason, really. I mean, if you look at them, they lost Clowney, they lost 2 first-round picks, but they also gained guys like Laramie Tunsil, Kenny Stills from the Miami Dolphins, and they also received Carlos Hyde, Barcavius Mingo, and amongst others. And they also, a few weeks ago, they also added Duke Johnson, and just this week, they cut our boy Aaron Colvin. So they've had quite the little roster transformation. But this Texans team, it's still a good team. I mean, they are defending AFC South champions, but they do still have some of the same problems and some of the same strengths. I mean, their offensive line is still pretty shaky. Deshaun Watson took a lot of hits last game, but the offense is still pretty explosive. They got playmakers all over the field, especially in the passing game. I mean, Deshaun Watson is an outstanding quarterback, and his receivers are an outstanding group too. They have DeAndre Hopkins, who I think is the best receiver in the NFL, and they also have great complementary weapons. Guys like Will Fuller, who had a really good, at least one really good catch last game. They obviously got Kenny Stills in front of Miami Dolphins. Kiki Kuti, and even Duke Johnson can contribute in the passing game. So their passing arsenal is great, but the big thing is their offensive line. Hopefully the Jaguars can feast on this offensive line. However, I will say that Yannick Ngakoue has been ruled out of the game this Sunday, which is unfortunate. This will actually be the first game that Yannick Ngakoue misses due to injury, so hopefully he can come back pretty soon. But it's going to be kind of the Josh Allen show. He's going to be getting a lot of snaps this upcoming Sunday, and I would probably expect guys like Lorente McCray and maybe even more playing time from Devon Smoot to kind of suffice for that. But really, it's really hard for me to break down this matchup in a lot of ways, especially from the Jaguar standpoint, because I thought there were a lot of questions about the Jaguars going into the season. And after week 1, I have even more questions about the Jaguars. First of all, what are we going to expect at the quarterback position? You know, I expected at least Nick Foles. We weren't going to be getting necessarily an elite quarterback, but I thought we'd at least be able to get a consistent one. Now, what are we going to get out of Gardner Minshew? Gardner Minshew was outstanding last game, and he gives me a lot of reasons for hope. I mean, if Nick Foles were to have tweaked his hamstring, the week of the first game, I would feel a lot, before seeing Gardner Minshew play in week 1, I'd be a lot more pessimistic about him. But Gardner Minshew balled out against the Chiefs, going 22 for 25. That's an 88% completion percentage for you non-math majors out there. I think he threw for like 275 yards. He had like 2 touchdowns, and he was really just outstanding. I mean, you couldn't have played a better game, and he won Rookie of the Week, Offensive Rookie of the Week this week. So it was an awesome performance. Now, I've been saying this, like, we've seen him at his ceiling. What's his floor going to be? I don't know. That's one thing that I'm a little scared about. So that's one big question to me. Another big question is, how good is our defense? Our defense sucked against the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes scored in every single possession. That's not good. And you are going against not necessarily as talented of an offense, but still a good offense. I mean, the Houston Texans offense has playmakers all over the field, like I just said. They also have a great quarterback. And this defense has to step up. And we're actually losing the pass rusher without Yannick Ngakoue. So, Jalen Ramsey suit up, AJ Bouye suit up, especially, I'm not even talking about those guys. I'm mainly talking about the back end. What are we going to expect out of Jared Wilson? What about Ronnie Harrison? Jared Wilson needs to play a better game. Ronnie Harrison just needs to shut his mouth and, play more discipline. And also linebacking core, we're going to have Miles Jack back after his ejection, so that's going to be good. But Quincy Williams also needs to step up. But, man, with this defense, I have a lot of questions about it. And, how good really is this defense? But other than that, man, some injury note. Cam Robinson has been ruled out this game, so... but it's not a huge loss to me. I don't think just because Will Richardson played so good at the left tackle spot in last week's game, so I'm not super concerned about that. But really, the offense played great. I thought the offense played really good last week. It's just you're kind of playing catch-up a lot because every time you do anything, whether you score a field goal or touchdown, the Chiefs are out there scoring the ball. But whatever, I do digress. But, I mean, like I said, man, Leonard Fournette, he actually had a pretty good game last week. It's just... you got to be more careful with the ball, hang on to the ball, don't fumble it. I actually learned that was his first fumble of his career, so, I guess that's pretty positive, but got to play a cleaner game. But other than that, man, I mean, I think a big key to this game is really to just pound the rock. I mean, this defensive line, obviously with Jadeveon Clowney, it lost a little bit of that, but I think we're going to have to run to set up the pass. I mean, obviously J.J. Watt is going to be a big body to move, but other than that, they also have Whitney Merciless, but I think this is a team that we can run on, but also I think we can pass on them too. Obviously, they did lose Aaron Colvin, and he was not very good for the Texans. He was a lot better for the Jaguars than he was at Texans, but I think this defense is vulnerable. I think we can attack on this defense, and I think this is a game again where the offense is going to have to score some points because it's going to be hard to shut down Deshaun Watson and those guys. Especially with Deshaun Watson's running ability. Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson are good in different ways. I mean, Deshaun Watson can improvise a lot, and he does like to run out of the pocket. Patrick Mahomes like to 1, 2, 3 pass the ball. And last game, I mean, they were doing all kinds of crap to our secondary to allow them to do that. But, this game, I think it's winnable, but I think it's going to be tough. AFC South matchups are always tough. Jaguars, it's been hard to come by wins in the past decade, minus 2017. But it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope to see you guys all on my stream on Sunday. But other than that, that's about all I got. I'm probably going to be mad at myself out of the video because I forgot to say stuff. But whatever. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys Sunday.